Hello, everyone. This is Dori with Doris Jones Labors of Love, and we have an incredibly, incredibly wonderful show set out for you. I gotta say, I don't know if my computer can take this much fire, but we have. Let me switch this. Hold on. We have Devin Keefe here with us, otherwise known as Diastro. His internet is not cooperating with him, but his beautiful face is on screen, and I think he could probably hear me. Look at him. He's so cute. He's moving to it. I told him to go sit by the router. Can you hear me, hon?
Can you see me? Oh, good. I can hear you. Can you see me?
We can see you making faces and looking adorable on screen. Yes.
Okay, great.
I do know we have 4 or 5 people watching, so throw up a comment, give Devin some love, let him know you're here. I know Lisa Punker Princess is definitely here. She said her alarm was beeping. Hi, she's not about to miss this. So yes, again, this is Devin Keith, and say hello to everyone, Devin.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so your internet is not our friend right now. We'll try to manage, right?
Oh no.
Oh no. Just as long as you're on screen. I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you. I'm just trying to make it so you guys can hear me.
Okay. Shannon says hello. She says hi. Well, let's just jump in, and I will. You froze. You froze. Do you have I know you're on your phone. There, you know, it's almost like it was better where you started. Remember where you were sitting when you started tonight?
Was it?
Oh, yeah, stay right where you are. You're on the screen, and it's clear.
Okay, I think this is going to be good.
And you know what's funny? Devin is also a comedian, you guys. He's my first comedian to be on my show, and it's not why I asked him. I mean, I've seen this man perform. I own his album. I know him as a musician. I did not know he was a comedian, but you know what? It made perfect sense when I figured it out, because I'm like, oh, no wonder this guy reminds me of someone like me. Shannon says hello, Dev. So
hey.
I just think comedically it's hysterical that you ended up in the fucking kitchen, because my first question is peanut butter, creamy or chunky?
I think they both deserve attention. Depends on what you're eating.
Yes. I love this answer, because I'm creamy for the most part, but chunky I have to have chunky for certain things in certain ways. Like, it has to be chunky on my celery. It has to be chunky when I make cookies. 100%. I love they both deserve.
Chunky's good, but I don't want it on a sandwich.
Oh, see, I'm creamy sandwich. We think alike. Lisa says woo-hoo. Shannon says he's hilarious. Okay, so then the next question is Coke or Pepsi?
Ew. Coke.
Neither? Coke?
Coke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beach or mountains?
Mountains all day. I fucking hate.
Really? Are there mountains near you? You're cute.
There's mountain.
The funniest thing about when you freeze is how cute your expression is in the frozen picture on the screen. I'm gonna start. I need to take screenshots of your frozen face and create a collage of the frozen face Devin from our spotlight show. Okay, so mountains. Speaking of mountains, are there mountains near you? Do you go hiking?
There's the Blue Hills. It's more hilly.
More hilly.
Close to me, but there's mountains and states adjacent.
Do you when you come to San Diego? Do you do any mountain stuff when you come here?
I haven't. I've only gone out there to play shows. It really hasn't been a lot of tourism things.
Okay, then in other words, Dori, the woman who's stomped more trails here in San Diego than I even know how many trails I've been on. I'm going to take you to a mountaintop is when you're here, is what you're saying. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And I have the beach. If you want the backup, well, I'll take you to Black's. Coffee or tea?
Hate the beach.
Hate the beach. You're so cute. He's answering the former question, and I said, coffee or tea, Devin?
Coffee or tea? I drink a lot of coffee. Sometimes I drink like 12 cups a day.
Wow. Do you ever cut yourself off? Does it affect you from sleeping?
No.
Okay.
I could sleep like 10 hours if I wanted.
Good. I'm the same way. It doesn't keep me from sleeping. Which one? Both?
No, Miracle Whip is awful. Mayonnaise, 100%. My auntie gave me Miracle Whip sandwich one time, and
yeah, nobody has picked Miracle Whip ever. And now I think I might know the answer to this next one. And I added this in, you guys, for Devin specifically, because it was a Devin inspired. Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
You have a song about pancakes, bro. What the fuck?
It just sounds good.
It just sounds good. I know. You know what? It's so funny. Waffles. My answer is waffles, but honestly, I'm gonna probably make pancakes first, only because they're easier.
I always think I can eat a lot of pancakes, and then I only end up eating like one or two.
Okay. I didn't tell you, but this portion of the show is called Spitlights. It's my version of spitballing. And that was the either or. And now I'm going to ask you a little more serious. So what was your favorite toy as a child and why?
I had Ninja Turtle toys. Those were pretty cool.
Ooh, those are cool. Any particular favorite ninja of the Ninja Turtles?
I had an affinity for Michelangelo, you know. He was eating pizza and you know, I was a 90s kid. So
wasn't Michelangelo also kind of the romantic of the group? The more cerebral, romantic kind of like, if I'm trying to remember, Michelangelo was kind of the sensitive one.
You got a good point.
It kind of sounds all very Devin to me.
Oh yeah. See, it all makes sense in retrospect.
Right? If you could only pick one spirit animal or a creature, what would it be and why? What is Devin's spirit animal?
I don't know. I always like tigers.
Nice. Any particular reason?
I think I could be. I don't know. Just the Chinese zodiac is a tiger. When I was a little kid, and I liked tigers anyway. And then I found out my zodiac was a tiger, so I was like, tigers are badass. And
do you have any tiger tattoos? I know you have tats.
Yeah, I do have a tiger tattoo.
Really? Is it anywhere you can show us?
It's on my shoulder. This one.
I'm not gonna make you get undressed. We'll save that for later. I'm a huge flirt. Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. What is your go-to treat at the movies? Your go-to treat.
You got to have extra buttery popcorn and a candy as well to like eat at the same time.
Do you ever put M&Ms? Like, have you ever put plain M&Ms on your hot popcorn so they get kind of melty?
No, that's a genius idea, though.
And get this, Devin, the candy outside part kind of protects them from breaking or dripping and getting all gooey on your popcorn. But the insides melt.
That's genius. I used to eat candy pizza in school.
My friend Christina taught me that. If she ever watches this, Christina Atwell is her name. You guys can give her a shout out. What is the one thing you cannot go a whole day without?
Oh, that's tough. I really like spending time with my family and my kids. when I don't see them, I feel off.
Right. I love her. I mean, I'm the same way. My kids, probably first and foremost, that would be number one. Everything else for me, and I can imagine you can relate, is everything else is extra. Like everything else in my life is extra to my kids. Lisa says, I'm watching you. Lisa Baxter. Excuse me.
Like literally?
Like
you're looking at my window?
I know where you live.
Probably.
I'm like, at first I thought it was Lisa Punker Princess because she's watching too. So now we're gonna switch to some other questions. They're a little different. They're a little more. Okay. If heaven does exist, Devin, what would you like God to say? What would you want it to hear from him when you arrive?
Tricked ya.
That's a fabulous answer. I get the most varied answers to this. Okay, that's amazing. What would you like to ask him, or her, or it?
Why?
Lisa says, just kidding. Okay, so you'd say why. That's a good one. I get that. It's not the only answer someone is getting. A few other of my guests have said why. Now this last one, it can make some people uncomfortable, but I want you to feel free to be yourself. You do you, boo, and answer how you see fit. But if you could damn one person to hell, who and why? And it can be a type of person.
I don't know. That's tough. I don't think that I can judge people on that.
That is the most consistent answer that I get from almost everybody, is they don't want that kind of power. So you're a comedian, musician. Do you write your music? I'm assuming you're a songwriter, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. What else do you do creatively that I don't know about? Do you paint? Do you write? I mean, do you draw? Do you what else do you do? Anything else? What am I missing?
Well, I just do the music and the jokes.
Music and the jokes. So in regards to your creativity and the things you do creatively, what would be the most taboo thing you're never going to use in your creative works? Is there something?
I'm always trying to push the boundaries.
Right.
I think that's like part of the best thing about creating for me, is being able to like do things that I wouldn't be able to do as a regular person, and having a persona where I can just say whatever I want.
What's the most outside of the boundaries thing that you're proud of that you've done?
I don't know. This is kind of a long answer for that question, but I don't know. I'm always looking for the hidden doors, like the old video games where you could see in the wall. Yeah. And it looks a little different, so to put a bomb there, so you can go to the hidden area. I can see. I pride myself in looking for those and being like, it's all an illusion. Like you can do whatever you want. Like you don't have to walk on the crosswalk and.
Yeah,
So
you don't.
I don't know.
I think you.
Sorry.
Yeah. You froze there a second.
Yeah. Sorry.
You froze for a second. That's okay. I didn't hear you real clear, but before you cut out, I think you nailed that. I think in the things I've seen and in the album and some of the lyrics, and I listen to lyrics before music. That's just what I do, being the poet and the writer. So in some of the ways you convey a message in a song is very outside the norm of what I or anyone would probably be used to hearing. And that's one of the things I love about your music. Let's see what we got for comments here. So Lisa Baxter says, I love you in a wig. Lisa Punker Princess says, yes, push always. And Donna has a heart. Donna, he's watching. Woohoo! Hey, Donna. Lisa Baxter says, I have the duct tape.
Perfect. We need that.
So what are 3 things you would, if I went to any of your family or friends, what are 3 things that you'd really hope that they would say to describe you?
Loving.
Okay.
I think love comes first. I mean, I hope to make people laugh. I want,
He's funny.
So I guess funny. I guess inspiring. I want to inspire people to do better in life.
Those are definitely 3 words I'd describe you as, for sure.
Thanks.
I would also describe you as gentle.
Oh.
And that may sound like, and if you've never seen this man perform on stage, maybe the word gentle doesn't come to mind. Because he's kind of a madman on stage, but you definitely have a gentle way of speaking. You have a gentle way of talking, and with me, and I don't need to go into details of the conversation and why we had to have a conversation. You were very gentle with me.
Oh, good.
And it will never be forgotten, and you will forever hold a really big, sweet place in my heart.
Oh, that means a lot.
He knows why. Okay. Not to get even more teary-eyed. Fuck being average. I'm a goddamn savage. That is in a Van Bates song by Black Hesher. The song is it is I know this. Fuck. Shannon just told me. Shannon put it in the thing, and I had to ask her what song it was because I couldn't remember. So why I brought that up and why I put that up, it's in the song Then What. It's in Van Bates' song called Then What on his album Sacrifices. Lisa Baxter says Van is proud of you. So why I throw this here, fuck being average, I'm a goddamn savage. Savage. Oh my God. Fuck. Here's the question. What's the one thing you like to do the most that sets you apart so that you're not like the average Joe and makes you a savage, as that quote implies? What is it? Or what do you try to aspire to? I know it's stepping out of bounds and being a comic, sure. Then what?
I think making people think.
Right.
Because I think people don't listen to music to think. They want to experience something in a way that it's given to them.
Yeah. That's probably one of the reasons why I listen to words more than music. And I know that music is great and music can make me think, sure. But I think that's one of the reasons why lyrics catch my attention before the rest of the song. I would never describe you as average, by the way.
Yeah, and I wanted to say, Van and I were going to do an album called Savages. So when he put that line, it was kind of like an homage to our little group that we never had.
Well, you'll just have to, fulfill it on your own. Okay.
Yeah.
So now these I call it this next portion is rapid fire, but usually rapid fire is just words but they're specific to you. So the questions are often questions I ask of everyone, but these are just about Devin.
Okay.
I sat with you. I looked at your pictures. I had private time, and then I came back and I created these. Sorry. That's me making sure he remembers how hot and cute he is. Okay. So I'm going to throw these up here, and I want you to read them, and I'm going to read them to you, and I want you to give me your thoughts on them and just run with them, okay? Ready?
Go.
Daddy, how are babies made?
My son's 8, and he recently asked me that question the other day. Well, not the other day, but like recently. And so I wrote a song thinking of all the worst ways you could give him that answer. I gave him a very responsible answer, but that was my
It's
spark.
one of my favorite songs because it touches on, it was no shock really that you were a comedian. And I didn't know the comedian part until after, but I had heard that song long before I knew you were a comedian, right? But then I'm listening to it after that, and because I listened to your whole discography that I own today and yesterday, all weekend basically, to prep for today. And I love that song because I write a lot of comedy making fun of the ludicrous hypocrisies and the hysterics of dating, relationships, love. And I hear a lot of that in that song. There's a lot of funny, like, fucked up things you say in that song. And I love the whole thing. What's the name of that song, Devin, for everyone watching?
The Birds and the Bees.
No shock, right? Okay, the next word, of course, and I know you can probably imagine this or why, is happy.
I'm so fucking happy.
I was going
through a hard time in my life, and everyone just kept saying to me, like, how are you so happy all the time? And I was like, I'm not.
Right.
But I'm glad you guys see it that way. So I just wrote a song ironically talking about the things I was going through at the time, which are all very true.
Yeah. And it's one, and I think I mentioned this to you. I can't remember if I've told you in a message or what, but I remember after I first ever heard Happy, I think I maybe commented on Facebook. I put it in a playlist I have with a bunch of other songs, one of which is called It's a Good Day to Be Alive by Andy Grammer. There's that, I can't remember the name of it, but the Hawaiian guy who sings kind of a Hawaiian song about smiling, or can't remember how it goes. You know what I'm talking? Do you know what song I'm referring to? But your song got put in that playlist immediately when I came across it, because it became, for me, it became one of those songs. It doesn't matter what the mood, it doesn't matter what the life circumstance, you know, and we've had a lot of tough moments this year. Your song was a lifesaver in a lot of ways. That playlist in general. Okay, yeah. So the next one is, quote, being family. What does being family mean to you?
Family are the people you love.
Mm-hmm. That's a good. That's as simple as that, right?
Yeah.
So Shannon did say that, yes, it's from Then What? The song is Then What? Off Sacrifices. That was about the averages. So the next one is being transparently honest. What does that mean to you?
Hell yeah. I think a lot of the human experience is the inability to be honest with yourself and with others. So I try to promote uncomfortable honesty, because I think that
makes a lot of people uncomfortable, huh?
Yeah, well, but I think it's important because nobody's promoting that, and I think that's a lot of people's struggle is having those secrets, or those things that they never can talk to anybody about. And those are the things that eat you alive, you know, those secrets and the things that we even hide from ourselves.
Yeah. Well, and the last word I have, Devin inspired word, is hustle.
Hustle. Yeah, I mean, you gotta hustle. Mm-hmm. You gotta act like a particle or act like a wave.
Right.
And,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, like, in the ocean, you know, I think we're all part of a vast ocean, and you can be part of it and go along with it, but you can also be a droplet that does its own thing that's still part of it. And
yeah. I like that. I like I had an ex, he used to say, act as if. When it came, and for, you know, Devin here, in my opinion, is a rock star, and he should be someone that the entire world knows and should have knowledge of. That's just my opinion. He knows I feel this way about him. I feel this way about every guest I've ever had on this show. I really do. But one of the things that has given me confidence as a performer, as a personality, as a comedian, is the words "as if." Act as if. Okay, am I like as known as someone like Lady Gaga or Dane Cook, the comedian? No, but you bet I'm just as fucking good. I'm not a singer like no sing. I don't sing. Don't anybody go call Lady Gaga and tell her that I said I could sing. That did not happen. Okay, so I'm gonna add. Let me make sure I don't fuck this up, because it seems like I fuck this up every time I do this. So I'm gonna add these to the stream. We're gonna go through some Devin moments that I came across, and I'm gonna pick your brain. So I found this on your Facebook and your Instagram. There's a very angry man standing in front of you. Tell me about this picture. What happened? He froze.
So we shot a show called All right, can you hear me before I start the story? Am I here?
Yeah, you're freezing a little bit. But... Hi.
A
little choppy.
Yeah, that's from Code Green. We shot a TV show, pilot, with some local comedians. Kenny Capozzi was the man opposing me. Blanche Marie Shaughnessy. Also in the scene was Frank Santarelli from The Sopranos. Sarah Martin and Derek Barris put this together. My house used to be a doctor's office, and he moved in and was like, I'm writing a show about working at a psych hospital, and this would be perfect. Can I shoot here? And then he ended up casting me as Eric.
That's wild. Is this on? So is this this pilot, or is this something I can go watch? Is this something that people can go see? Is it on YouTube?
So what happened is we shot this is the trailer, and people liked it so much that we shot 4 more trailers and made it kind of like a mini series.
Wow. And it was called Code Green?
It's called Code Green. They're still trying to get it developed. We have to raise like $60,000 to shoot it the way we want, to actually have it as the show we want. But you can see mini previews of it online. A pro psych patient, Code Green.
So there's I just launched a book campaign on a program, a thing called Indiegogo, and Indiegogo and Kickstarter are both places to do what they call crowdfunding, where you can crowdfund. It's not like a GoFundMe thing at all. It's a crowdfunding where people will actually support something like what you're describing. So let me hit play on this and get to the next image on this reel. How many albums have you? These are all your albums, right? How many albums have you released? These are all yours?
Yeah, well, that's hard. I mean, it's hard to say because
it's hard to...
we put out mixtapes.
A lot of music. I came across a lot of stuff. I came across your SoundCloud. I came across I've got all. Yeah. You're so talented. So you talk
thanks.
about it. You go for it. Tell me about your music. We
have cult music now, but there was DRC. I used to play in metal bands. I put out a lot of mixtapes, but I have like 7 solo albums. And then there's a group album there that I just did with some friends of mine recently. And then these 2 in the back are the cult music mixtape that we just put out.
Which one is the one I got from you at Van's Memorial? You gave me one. Is it? I know I can go.
That was the Black Hessian one?
No, I don't think you had done that one yet. You gave me one and I made you sign it.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I have it. It's okay. I told Devin to sign it, and he said, I've never had anyone ask me to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's happened a couple times since then, so yeah. I guess that's the wave now, to sign everything.
It's not new.
No, right, but I mean, for me.
No, and it is, and and this is why confidently, I can tell you, Devin, sign them, and whether people ask or not, because what I've learned over the years is that, and what I'm trying to do now, and this is inspired by Van, I'm trying to only give my money to indie creators and indie people, and I'm gonna sign whatever I get. Katie's in the house. I think it was the Black Hester one. Okay. I am gonna look. I have everything saved in my little. I have a spotlights corner. So I'm gonna hit play again to the next image on this reel. Okay. So I put this one in, you guys, purely for my own personal pleasure. You're adorable. You're adorable now. You said this was a picture from 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Again,
2009.
You're adorable now. You hear me say that, but fuck, dude, damn.
You guys want to hear something funny?
I want to hear something funny. Tell me and tell me.
This is 100% photoshopped image.
Really?
I'm actually laying down, and my body is photoshopped.
Get the fuck out! I love that. That's okay. So yes. The fact that you are sexier than all get out in this picture. Fuck. Okay. Seriously. There was that. That caught my attention. The spotlight in the back, 100% total shameless self-promotion here. My show is called Spotlights. Yeah. So I'm going to see this picture because my profile is a picture with the sun as a spotlight. This is the whole point of this show, is to spotlight these, these beautiful creative talents I come across. So this picture, of course, had to be put in here. But then to find out that you're laying down, which, the background picture of you laying down on stage, I've gotten to see him do that, you guys. That's an incredible feeling to know that I've gotten to be there when you laid down on stage. That's just amazing. So I'm anything
you
else
heard it here first. I never revealed that. I did that as a joke, and I got more likes on that photo than I had ever gotten in my whole life, and I never said anything, and I thought it was funny, like a little secret joke to myself.
I think it makes it 1,000 times sexier to know that you're laying down. I might blush. Let me hit play on this reel, and now it's going to get a little real. So however they're not defeated, they are defiant. There is a lot more fuck it than FML. And that too rings true to the Black Hester aesthetic. Pulp music is the sound of artists reacting to a broken world by creating a new reality all their own. They know the odds are against them, and that it's a struggle just to get out of bed sometimes. And even if it doesn't matter, we're going to try anyway. Jay Andrews sums up that sort of defeatist idealism perfectly on the heartbreaker. If I don't wake up when he sings, if I don't wake up tomorrow, please remember my smile. I know it's hard to picture because it's been a little while. And I had to share that, and I had to put that in here. Because I can't have you on and not talk about this.
Yeah.
I fucking paused this video probably a dozen or so times before I got just the right snap to print screen for today's reel. This was the last time you got to perform with them, correct?
Yeah.
This was from the recap video for the show that he did on April 15th.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me about that, or do you want to talk about it, or that moment, this moment, even just if you want to talk about the picture? What song were you guys doing right here?
Man, I think we were doing Drag Me to Hell.
I think you are, actually.
Yeah, it was a beautiful moment, and it was magical at the time, and it was even more special to me after he passed, because it was just such a joy to be able to rock on stage with him. And like, I felt the most free, even when, like, you know, I perform Diastro sets and like, I love that shit, but playing with Van was like fucking magic. You know?
He was our magic man. That is why I named that entire book Magic Man. You know, that, yeah. Brenda says it was Drag Me to Hell that you guys were singing together for this. There's a lot of people that are watching right now, and some of you guys were probably there. And then I know I wanted to put this in here because there's so many things I love about this picture. I'm getting to know you. I did not know you. I definitely knew Van. I love everything about this picture. And as a photographer, is this a selfie or did someone take this?
Van told me to take it, but it's I took the photo.
And are you looking away for a reason? Was that intentional?
Actually, it's funny because he was like, we don't have any photos together. Like, we should take photos together like real rappers. And he's like, put the cult music hat on and like, let's look different directions.
See, I'm gonna give myself a little pat on the back because I knew, I could tell as a photographer in the creative artist thing, I could tell I'm like, there's something to this picture that there's a story. Because yeah. I'm sitting here going like, because I call my photography the realm shots because I catch specific moments that grab my attention. And this, I could tell there was something to it. And yeah.
When he moved and we dissolved DRC, he started Cult Music, and that was the first time he came back out after Cult Music started, and he brought a bunch of merch, and like he brought J. Andrew, he brought Big Mike.
Nice.
And we played right down the street from where I'm at right now.
And so like and before I click off of this and for everyone watching, so Van said, take a picture of us. We're gonna wear Cult Music hats and then and let's both look away.
We were trying to figure out what, and I think I said, should we be looking different directions like we don't care? And he was like, yeah, that's perfect.
That sounds like Van. Brenda says, I love this picture so much. And yeah, it struck me and it got my attention for those reasons, but it also got my attention just in general because it was your profile picture for quite some time after Van passed.
Yeah, that was part of it too, because, you know, he would always say stuff like, why don't we have enough pictures together? Or like, how come I'm out on your album? Like, you know, just a joking kind of way. We would always be like that, like get jealous that, you know, we weren't on each other's songs and fucking, we couldn't see each other enough. And, you know.
So he was one of the humblest men I've ever met in my life. And, you know, and I told you I would save this story or save this question. So remind me again. I said it earlier about the comedian thing. You said, save it for the stream. Let's talk about you as a comic, as a comedian.
Yeah. So, I started doing hip hop as a joke. I was in metal bands, and I thought rap was beneath me. So I created this persona to be able to say just ridiculous things. But I had grown up listening to Van through Cool and Smack. So he was the guy who had like moved out of here and went to California and made it. And so I grew up listening to him, and he showed up at a show one time and I was doing Diastro, and to make it actually kind of a long story, he had to perform. Well, I was like, can you perform? Because an act dropped, and he did one song and he jumped off the stage, right? And he broke the table that my girlfriend was sitting at the time, and she was 9 months pregnant, and broke the table. And I was like, that was awesome. And we get home and my girlfriend's like, I never want you to see that guy again. And I was like, he just asked me to join his rap group. And I said, yes. Like,
and she's like, don't ever see him again.
Yeah.
That's funny. So So what you meant was not so your story wasn't about becoming a comedian, it was about becoming a hip hop artist.
Yeah, so the intention originally was to be a comedian, and when I started making music with Van, we were doing DRC, and I was like, oh, I have to take it more seriously because Van's doing this, but he would always just like, oh, just be yourself, and then after years, finally, I found my sound, and like he was like, you did it, like, you know.
Yeah. Well, and I remember I think I have the tribute album that you guys did, and I meant to put that in here. It's the one that's most recent on your Bandcamp. Now, is it on Diastro or is it on Cult Music? People who might want to go find it.
It's just at cultmusic.com for the We Are the Wave mixtape. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. I know I have it. I thought I'd ask. And so I don't remember if I told you this ahead of time that I was going to give the mic over to you and give you the con to let you spitball or perform or sing or rap something. Did I tell you this?
No.
I think I forgot. I think I forgot.
Well, that's incredibly exciting.
Can I put you on the spot and have you do something for us? Katie flowed for us, and Bloodstone did a part of one of the songs. And I feel bad for making you ill prepared, but I kind of don't feel bad because it is, you know, a little bit like putting you on the spot. Do you have something you could do for us?
Like, you want me to rap?
I want you to just, you know, I'm going to give you the mic.
You want me to sing?
I want you to do what you want to do. Now, I mean, don't get us a copyright ding, but you do.
Okay, that's a good point. Okay, so I did a song.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I have a spoken word piece, but there's a background, a short background story.
Okay, you know I'm all about spoken word.
Yeah.
Okay, so I made you a layout. It's all yours. You've got the con.
Well, technically, it's not something that I wrote, but I did a song with Patient Zero called Hell to Pay, a band called Patient Zero. It's not a rap song, so if you like hip hop and you used to listen to me, I think it's a good song. Patient Zero, Sweet Nothing. The song's called Hell to Pay. If you've ever heard of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, I was listening to the audiobook of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, and in the audiobook, the reader says, "Seek not the kingdom of darkness, for shadows may surely appear, for only the master of brightness shall conquer the shadow of fear." And at the same exact time, I thought in my head, someone should use that in a song. My friend messaged me and said, "I need you for a song." And then also in the audiobook, the reader paused and said, "Hold on, let me read that again. Someone should use that in a song."
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I didn't write that, but I think that's a motto that I live by.
Do you mind repeating it for us, Devin?
Seek not the kingdom of darkness, for shadows may surely appear. For only the master of brightness shall conquer the shadow of fear.
I love that. I love that.
It's just manifest reality, you know. You just have to believe it.
Right? So Lisa said, "Oops," when I was saying I forgot to tell you about being on the spot. He froze. He froze. Lisa said, "Oops," when I said I forgot to told you I was going to give you the mic. I kind of like putting you on the spot. Tanya said, "Dori, you are awesome at this. Thank you very much, sweet, beautiful girl." Rob Taylor, that's the rock star thing, hands, right? And Tanya says, "You both look great."
Hey.
Thank you, Tanya. Okay, so we're at that portion of the hour where I get to, you know, we have a little bit more time. We actually have a little bit more time. And now this is not a question I wrote. These are stolen from the Actor Studio. What's your greatest turn on and your biggest turn off?
I like snaggle teeth. Those are pretty cool. Those turn me on. I don't want to give a simple example like I'm a boob guy. I really like boobs though. Boobs are pretty great.
Okay, I'll remember that when I look at your pictures. You're thinking about a picture. What about turn-offs?
I don't know, people that are too into themselves.
Yeah, there's a huge difference between confidence and narcissism. For example, and I think I was going to say this earlier, and I told you I would save this story for during the broadcast. When I had known Van on social media for over a year before I actually met him in person. And the primary place he knew me was from Twitter, was from my comedy, the Amazon Beauty stuff I would put on Twitter, right? So I go to his show because he was supposed to be my first 2021 Spotlights guest this year. And that didn't happen. But so I go to his show. I go to his show in April and I meet him for the first time. I give him this big, huge hug. And you know Van, so you can probably appreciate exactly how this looked. He steps away like this, and he looks at me and he goes, I can't believe I'm meeting the Amazon Beauty. I don't know how else to tell you guys, but the Black Hesher, of all people, Black Hesher is standing in front of me, and he's saying to me, I can't believe I'm meeting the Amazon Beauty.
Legends.
And the reason I appreciate that story, and I don't tell it to make myself look better, but one of the reasons I share that story is because Van was the kind of person who was going to totally applaud your success. And it was never going to be about jealousy. He was never going to come off as like, who's better at all. You know, if that makes sense. Like, and that was proof positive from the day I met him. I don't know what
it was never about who's better.
Is that what I think it is? Those little hand symbols there?
Oh, 100%.
And then Rob says Diastro is king of lighter heel.
Oh wow, that's a throwback.
Is he throwing? What is lighter heel?
We had a place together. We had like a house of 5 guys lived in, and we called it Lighter Hill, where a lot of debauchery ensued.
I was gonna say this is the kind of house I would have found. I would have probably hung out at. I would have been.
A lot of people did.
I'd have been your little groupie.
That's why it didn't last very long.
So, what is your favorite cuss word, and what is your least favorite cuss word? What's your go-to cuss word?
I feel like everyone says fuck, but I really like shit. It's just shit. It's just funny. Shit is funnier.
Shit show has become like my favorite fucking word ever. I call I don't know who created it. I don't know when the word shit show became a thing, but I use it all the time now. Like, this, you are a shit show. That's a shit show.
Shit show could be a good thing depending on what you're into, though. You know what I mean?
You trying to make me blush? What's your least favorite word? Cuss word?
No, they're all awesome.
They're all. I love that answer. What activity do you love, and what activity do you hate?
Oh man, I'm trying to not hate activities. I'm trying to love all my activities. They're all necessary. So just enjoy the moment and sweep the fucking floor.
I'm going to put this one in. I just thought of this. Let me throw this up because it just came to me. What's your biggest pet peeve? Biggest?
One of them is when people don't say God bless you when I sneeze. I'm not super like by the book religious like that at all. Like I have a different whole other perspective on religion, but I don't know, just certain things like that as a kid that your parents teach you, like to hold the door open for somebody, stuff like that. Those are my pet peeves.
Because the comedian in me, but also Diva Dori in me, wants to ask this of a male Devo, someone I respect as a man, as a father, as a partner. There's a lot of things about Devin I absolutely adore, and some of them we've talked about in private. But in relationships with people, like romantic, personal relationships, what would you say your biggest pet peeve is? Is it the same or is it something different?
I mean, it changes. I think relationships are, I'm learning now, are kind of like a reflection of you. And so just with anything in life. So a lot of what we don't like about other people are things that we see in ourselves.
That's very true. If you spot it, you got it, is the term. That's the phrase. Yeah. My biggest pet peeve is being ignored. Or a version of being ignored is not being replied to. I can take a no. I can take a not now. I can take a nah, I'm not interested. I can take all kinds of answers. But to not answer a fucking direct question at all? No.
How long is to not answer though? Like, is a pause not answering? Like,
no. I mean, people are busy. People get busy. No, that's a very valid point. Very valid, absolute good point. In the regular sense of things, it's not that big a deal. People are busy, man. People have things to do. But my biggest pet peeve isn't the not replying thing so much. If someone has seen, okay, we live in a world of social media. I can tell when you've read my fucking message. And I'm talking about me, the Amazon Beauty dating, the comedian girl who's writing a book about this hysterical part of dating, right, Devin? That's why I'm picking your brain. As the Amazon Beauty dating, if I've messaged you and you've read the message and you don't reply, you're never fucking me, dude. Like, did you not want to go there? Because that's off the fucking table now for you. I'm just saying.
Right.
So there. Okay. We're gonna here they come. Scott says, Diastro.
Yo.
All right. So I think I mentioned this, and if I didn't, I apologize, but I do spotlights to put the spotlight on creators and people who have touched me in a special way. They've given me some kind of creative inspiration. That thing you said earlier about what would you want someone to say about you. You're 100% inspiring, 100% carrying the torch for your friends and your family, keeping it going and doing the deal, right? And I admire you for all of that. I really do.
Thanks.
That's why I do this show, and that's why I do spotlights. So having said that, this is, why I do the show, so you don't have to ask that question. This is the part of the show where I get to tell you you're out of the hot seat. You're out of the spotlight. And
okay.
You're off. Okay. But you get to turn the tables, and I will graciously give you permission to ask me one question of your choosing, and I will answer you because I cannot be blackmailed.
Okay.
Okay. And so choose your question wisely. May the odds be forever in your favor. And go.
Do you think that there are people among us who are secretly robots?
Secretly robots? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Robots exist. Clones exist. Zombies do exist. All of that exists. I'm just saying.
You heard it here.
I'm just saying. It's my own, sci-fi. Sci-fi is my favorite fucking genre of all time, and I completely believe that what we can think of probably exists. And if it's
back somewhere,
and I got here's my favorite thing for you youngsters, anyone who's young watching, and I don't even know how old you are, Devin, that doesn't matter. I'm in my 50s, okay? And what cracks me up more than anything and literally makes me hysterical is when someone actually sounds mad at the government. Like, you trust the government? What? Who the fuck is trusting the government? We stopped doing that when I was in my 20s, man. We figured that shit out young. So, yeah, I got no faith, I got no confidence, and I got no trust in anybody who tries to tell me anything from the governmental standpoint. So, yeah, trust me. Robots exist. Clones exist. It all fucking exists. Rob Taylor, biggest pet peeve, plucking my curly butt hairs, rolling them into a ball and putting it in my belly button. I hate when I do that.
Me too.
Me too. You know, it's not related. It's just it was on my mind today because it came up in one of my other live streams I was on. My public service message to everyone is to stop telling men how to wear their hair. It is none of our fucking business. We don't get to tell a man to cut or shave. Okay? It's not fucking okay. I would never allow a man to come up to me ever and tell me I have to leave my hair long to be feminine, or I have to wear a dress to be a girl, or blah, blah, blah. No. So I don't get to tell a man to shave or cut his fucking hair. Unless it's required for his job, leave him the fuck alone.
Yeah. And dogs should be able to vote.
I am going to say some goodbyes and some words before I play the exit video. You are more than welcome to hang out in the green room until that's done, mister. Or if I would not be offended if you need to sign off and you're not there when I'm done. But we are done for the evening. I love you.
I love you. Bye.
Any last words you want to tell your peoples?
I have a new album coming out next month. Diastro.
Album release parties. Spotlighting album release parties is next on my to-do list, you guys. Okay, I'm going to put you in the green room, beautiful man. Oh my God, that is like the best, the sweetest, hottest guy. So total shameless self-promotion, and I am going to be Van inspired at the moment, and then I'm going to play the exit video for the book I launched yesterday. Please, please, please go buy it. It's poetry in motion in the sense that I did all of the artwork for the poetry. So with that, thank you for coming on and seeing Spotlights today. Mwah, love you much. Go buy Cult Music Cult Music Music.
Shall we begin?
This is not a drill.
Repeat, this is not a drill. Let's begin now.
Ignore me no more, or forever miss me gone. Stop caring, I will.
Sweet girl, I am, yes. Don't underestimate me. Cut a bitch, I will.
There went Pops one day, suggesting I do something in a whole new way.